what time we're starting, Miss Halima.
Oh, sorry, guys.
So I thought, right, how can we turn this negative into a positive? So let's start off the discussion today by talking about Asian timing. Which, to be fair, there's some black timing as well, which I feel is basically like the same thing. So why is it that people of colour are renowned amongst themselves for just like turning up late and just like never coming to stuff on time? Like, it just
I don't know,
never seems to happen.
I don't know. I think maybe it might speak to like the fact that like our cultures are not bureaucratic in that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just don't have like things we're just very spontaneous. We just kind of do things like in this country you'd have like even things like queuing and like everything is just bureaucratic.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think like South Asian cultures are really just not.
Yeah, I was thinking this. I was like, well, what is it that allows you to be in time? It's like having like a set like timetable.
Exactly. Appointments and schedules and stuff like that.
And then I was like, that makes sense, but it's also like, that's not necessary. That's it's not the law of life. Like, you don't have to do that. And like, maybe
that's true.
Maybe we are just like going back generations or back to initial cultures. Maybe people are just used to just kind of like just playing it by ear, or just like kind of like
that's me. I play things by ear, like. So if you guys haven't noticed already, like, I have a massive like tardiness problem. Like, I'm just I'm terrible. Let me tell you something. Let me even tell you something. When I was doing my masters at Cambridge, my course convener had to call me in. I'm even like exposing myself right now. My course convener had to call me in one time for a meeting about my punctuality. And guess what? I was late to that meeting. I was late to a meeting where I was getting reprimanded about being late. It's you know, like,
you can't write it like it is. Literally.
It's so bad. Like, you know, I was minimum like 20 minutes. Listen, I've got some stories, guys. I was minimum 20 minutes late to every class on my masters. I remember there was one time I even walked in an hour into the class, and there was like one of the white boys. So like, it's Asian timing, so like pretty much most of my course was Asian. So a lot of people didn't really like bat an eyelid, like it's just whatever. And then there was this one white guy. I remember I walked in, he looked at me, he incredulously looked at the clock on the wall, and then was just like back and forth, looking at me, looking at the clock, looking at me, looking at the clock. Like, what? Like, he just could not comprehend the fact that someone would walk in an hour late to a class, which obviously it's not good, is it? But
yeah, we can't condone that. As
I don't condone it, guys.
Like,
I don't condone it. Please be serious, members. Like, don't be like me. But I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Like, I am late to everything. Like,
my dad's just texting and saying apparently it's because it's fashionable. Like, I don't know.
Fashionably late. I think there's fashionably late, and then there's just like. Fashionably late is like 5 to 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, no one wants to be there on the dot.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
It's like with Zoom meetings, like, even now, I'll be ready, like, at the time it's meant to start, but I'll still wait till 1 minute past to, like, actually come on.
So you're not too keen, innit? But I always feel like the 5, maximum 10 minutes of something is kind of, there's like a grace period, you know? Like, there's a customary 5-10 minute, like, okay, maybe 5, maybe 10 stretching it probably, but... Yeah, like, I think I just always go beyond that. But listen, you think I have a tardiness problem?
Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah.
No, you think I have oh my God, my family. Yeah. Let me tell you. Listen, guys. One time, my dad was picking me up from uni. I was coming back for the holidays or something. My dad was picking me up from uni. He was supposed to get there at 2 p.m. Guess what time he got there?
5.
Oh, I wish. 12 midnight. How can a man be 10 hours late? How can a man? That's longer than a flight to Dubai. Like, how can a man be 10 hours late to pick his daughter up? Like,
what was his excuse?
Nothing, bro. Like, what do you mean? What's his excuse? Nothing.
He just turned up and was just like, "You alright?"
There was nothing. But I was also not expecting him to be there for 2 p.m. Like, everyone in my family, like my cousin, one time was supposed to pick me up at 12 p.m. He came at 5. Like, I just have numerous stories. Like,
yeah.
It's just standard, isn't it? So my 20 minutes is nothing, man.
Yeah, I don't know, because as well, obviously Pi is BAME led and BAME owned, but at the same time, it can't run Halima.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. And now I have held my hands up. I do apologize, guys. Yeah. I will do better. I'm holding myself accountable.
Right, guys, you heard this now. Like,
So next week, feel free to like send in death threats and stuff like that if I'm late again.
Please don't send in death threats.
Joking.
Oh dear. Nah, but like, I feel like you just get a bit too comfortable.
That's what it is.
People they're just too comfortable.
I just don't take it seriously.
Yeah,
like,
it's just sort of like, you know. I think when you know you can, like,
yeah.
I mean, there's that kind of like, you know, what's the worst that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. Do you feel like you have a problem? Like, I'm not talking like.
Yeah. No. Go on, ask me.
Like, I think I have this as well though. Like, do you think you have a problem like
with authority?
I mean, I have probably same.
I have a massive problem with authority. Oh my days.
Yeah, we know that, but like, do you think you have a problem in terms of like actually managing time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because like, I actually find it like when I used to do like revision and that, like for school and that, I could never think, right, I'm gonna do this much this time and then this much that time.
Yeah.
I'd always just have to kind of leave it open because I just can't stick to stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's maybe like more prevalent amongst South Asians or BAME people? Like
I don't know actually. Like, I know for me, like when I say, but to be fair, I think I'm a pretty extreme case. Like in 4 years of higher education, bearing in mind I did like essay subjects, I did English and then like a politics international studies subject. There's one assignment in 4 years that I did that wasn't the night before.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that. I can't. Like, I'm with you in terms of like I when I used to do assignments, I used to like work the night before in terms of I'd finish them, like I'd do an all night and finish them.
Oh no.
But like I'm not in terms of you in terms of actually starting them the night before. Like I can't imagine. Let me
tell you something. One time, this was in my undergrad. I had an exam, and I went. So I would obviously like go to the library at like nighttime and then like work the whole night and then go do the exam, right? Because I'd leave it all to the last minute. And I remember I went to the library one time. I pulled up with my laptop, my snacks and everything, you know. And I looked at the clock and I calculated it was 16 hours till my exam. And I thought, this is way too early to start revising. This is way too early. So I got up YouTube, man. I got up YouTube, sat there and ate my Pringles in the library.
What were you watching on YouTube?
And God knows what. Just nonsense, isn't it? Just nonsense.
And stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. But it is real. I don't know. It's just bad. Like, it is that thing of like, I don't take it seriously. And my thing is, I keep getting away with it. Like, I just keep getting away with it.
I'm hearing that as I need to like start shouting.
No, not even that.
I even though, like...
No, not even that. I don't mean in that regard. I mean like, because I respect you, so like you just need to tell me once, innit? But I meant like even like in terms of education and stuff like that. Like I have faced repercussions, but nothing like too really serious. You know what I mean? Like I still get the work done, guys. So
yeah, I suppose that's the thing. This is one thing that I don't like is. Like, and again, probably coming to this like idea of problem with authority, but you know when you are in terms of that fashionably late and like, or like even like anywhere from like 1 to 15 minutes like late for when you're meant to be, and then the person in like authority kind of like has a go at you over it. I'm just kind of like, well, like what's the point? Like, you know what I mean? Especially when it's like kind of like, obviously I've come in, like it doesn't make that much difference, especially if you're like willing to like make up the time or work into your lunch. Like, is it really that big?
That's the thing. Like I don't like being micromanaged. That's the thing.
And it's like most of the time, like, because I feel like I'm a bit more of like maybe like a worrier than you are, so I will actually be worried and like actually be like, oh, I'm really stressed that I've come in late. So then to be stressed and turn up late, and then to also be like, oh, like this is really bad, you need to like step this up. It kind of just puts you down a bit. Like,
yeah. What's the need?
Yeah.
What's the reason?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's just up to people to be a bit more compassionate, isn't it? Like in the grand scheme, obviously there's a thin line between like just letting things slide and allowing it to become a habit. But there's also kind of like, it's not that deep, in it. Like if a person is still getting the work done, it's not disrupting anyone else.
Exactly,
it's
is not that deep. Like, and school as well. Like I can never get around it.
This too bureaucratic. I think.
Like for example, like you used to turn up to school. I remember one time it was like a snow or something, and like obviously that kind of like delayed like coming in. Obviously coming in from Warrington as well, that was obviously going to lead to like traffic and that. And turned up like obviously like I don't know, it was like 15-20 minutes late, whatever, in on the bus, the bus, and then the teachers were yelling at us for being late, and it's like, what do you want us to do? You want us to hijack the bus and like go like literally how is that?
That's just being like stringent for the sake of being stringent. Like there's no logical reason as to why like you need to get your knickers in a twist over a student being 15 minutes late to registration.
Yeah,
like,
and especially when they're missing registrations, like they're missing class or anything.
Exactly.
Like,
all I gotta do is say yes, miss, and cut. You know what I mean? Like it's not that deep.
It is not that.
Yeah, but again, like I think it is like it's almost as though like our native culture and like British culture is like they're like two polar opposites. I think like South Asian culture is not bureaucratic in the slightest, and like British culture I feel like is almost too bureaucratic. Even like the 9 to 5 like working structure, like I mean it's all capitalism, but you know what I mean.
Everything's capitalism.
Yeah,
also,
yeah,
if you go in hard enough, everything is that.
You know.